What up, everybody? Welcome to Keeping It 9450, Codename WBB. I'm Daniel Artest, and I got Lauren with me, aka Lolivia Pope, is in the building.
Yes.
Listen. We normally just do the Sunday or the Monday, but due to what we call it, like demand, we have decided to add in a midweek show, and here we are. We are here live in the flesh. And so Lauren, what's going on? How you doing today?
I'm doing well. It's been a great first week of women's basketball in the WNBA. So we have a good amount to talk about. Only one game today, so we will basically review some things and get you guys ready for the game today.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what's crazy? It's the Fever versus Storm tonight, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Making sure that I'm on point. But we got to do some business though. We got some good news, right? Like kind of like got a sponsor or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes. We have some good news. We have got chosen by SeatGeek to kind of be sponsored and represented by them. So I'm going to read this. Keeping It 9450, codename WBB, is now sponsored by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to buy tickets for concerts, sports, and more. Their app makes it so easy to find the best seats at the best prices. And because we've teamed up with SeatGeek, you can get $20 off your first purchase. Just use our promo code, the 9450. That's, of course, the 9450. Use it at checkout and save $20 on your first ticket purchase. Whether you're heading to a WNBA game, a concert, or any event, SeatGeek has got you covered. So what are you waiting for? I'm cracking up. Download the SeatGeek app, find your event, and use the code, the 9450, for $20 off. Thanks for supporting the show, and happy ticket hunting with SeatGeek. So basically,
Look at us. Look at Lolo just did an ad read. Lolo just did an ad read official. Yo, we making it happen here at the 9450, man. I'm so proud of what we're doing. I'm so proud, man. Like this is my baby right here, y'all. This is my baby. And and it's crazy because we had like a team meeting yesterday for like an hour and a half, just going over everything, man. Got renewed focus and everything. So now we're just ready to hit the ground running and stuff like that. But yeah, anything else you got to add?
Hold on, I'm cracking up. They show said the other podcast is about to get y'all investigated.
Yeah, fact. Hey, listen, hey, if y'all need concerts, come holler at us, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all go to SeatGeek.
I use SeatGeek all the time, honestly, because they have like cheaper tickets than going to Ticketmaster, and you can actually see like the location of the court. Like if you're, let's say you're sitting in the 100 section, you can see like your seat and where you will be sitting in reference to like the court. So I use it all the time for concert tickets, basketball games. So yeah.
Wait, hold on, because the shell said these other podcasts about to get us investigated. No, SeatGeek is a concert app, not the bets.
That's what I said. I already read that.
Once we get the bets, once we get the betting app, then we might be getting investigated and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Come get your parlays with us and everything. But yeah, man, we just really happy about what we're doing and stuff. And so, that's why we wanted to just add on this second show. And we also just do a little bit of podcast business, get that out the way. We got other shows coming out this week. On Friday, we have Beyond the 9450. If y'all don't know, that's our women's basketball from the business end type of show. So we got that coming out every Friday. And we also got our team-centric shows. We just recorded, K-Dot just recorded with us Cindy Brunson for Codename Mercury. So we got some Phoenix Mercury content coming. I will be recording another episode of Codename Fever as well. And, we got Corey in here in the building too as well. He's Out of Bounds Sports Podcast. He's with us. That's him right there. He does Codename Aces. So all your Las Vegas Aces content comes from Corey. So we're basically, we're going to be dropping episodes, like I'm telling you, multiple episodes a day sometimes, like the other day we did 4 episodes I dropped. So, just stay tuned with us. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of this whole conversation. So basically today we want to talk about our players to watch. I got a list of about 14 to 15 players. I know Lolivia, I know she got extra players that she want to add to as well. So I guess we can get right into it. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So first, we're going to start off from the New York Liberty. Our player to watch is Benijah Laney Hamilton. Basically, like my questions for her is like, how can she be the X factor for this Liberty team when they're kind of lacking defensive depth at the wing position? Obviously, we know how slow-footed Vandersloot and Sabrina is as well. So she got to do the lion's share of the work, all while, doing the scoring load for this team too as well. So like, that's why she's my player to watch. I wonder how can she hold it down, without getting, tired or worn down and everything because of the brunt of the defensive attention that she's going to have to give to these other scorers because of the lack of guards that can defend. So what's your thoughts on Benijah?
I agree with you. I think that Benijah is, for lack of better words, the X factor for the Liberty, kind of based on what you said. Right now, she's averaging 14.5 points per game, shooting 50% from the field and 33% from long distance. And like you said, she's also tasked with defending the best perimeter player on the other end of the floor every night. Because of the lack of guard play that the Liberty have, I think she's very imperative to this team's success because last year in the finals, their Achilles heel was poor guard play. They just simply got outplayed by the Aces. So I think in order for the Liberty to take some pressure off of like Stewie and even JJ, they have to step up their guard play to go to that next level. And I think it kind of starts with Benijah. I think that if she's able to average around that 15, I would say like 14 to 16 points per game, if she's able to average that and be like that second or third top scorer on this team, I think that'll take them a step further than I think they'll be better than they were last year if she's able to consistently shoot at that level and consistently defend at that level.
So what did Justina say? There she go. Justina said should Laney be the first option? I don't know about the first option. I feel like it's a lot that she has to do, in regards to the defense and stuff. I do think that she has, but she, what's crazy? She do have first option talent though. Like, yeah, she definitely does. But I don't think that on this team, like when you got Stewie, Jonquel, like that's her thing. Can she play that role to be the first option in some games where they might need her to be that first option? You know how it is. It's a long season. And then also just by going from the first to the fourth option, basically sometimes like she's going to have to be that type of rover. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's like, like everybody's saying in the chat, she's consistent, yeah, that's a good one too. Deshelle said that, and we in the chat, by the way. Too bad they don't have Rebecca Gardner this season to defend the opposite wing. Man, so for real, man. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But I think that I think Benijah, like I said, she has first option talent, but I wouldn't have her first option on this team because of what they already have and stuff like that. But I think that there'll be a game.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying there'll be a game where she's going to have her moments when she's holding the entire offense down for like 5 to 7, 8 possessions in a row or whatever because she's rolling and stuff. And that's what makes the Liberty good. But it's just that they just missing one other guard that can defend. Go ahead, you got it.
I was just gonna say because you're saying that she's good enough to be a first option. I was gonna say if Benijah's the best person on or best talent on your team, that's not a championship team, and that's no disrespect to her. That's just a fact to me. Like, I think, like you said, it's going to be times where she has to score more and do that. Sure, but to be the first option when Stewie is on the team is kind of wild.
Yeah. And you're right about that. She's the first option. It's definitely not a championship team, and that's definitely no slight on her. She's a great player, but that's
right. I love her. I think she's great. Yeah,
that's just what it is and stuff. Courtside Kenny, what's going on? She said that's how I feel about De'Arca Hamby. If she's your best, good luck. Listen, we can't shade De'Erica right now, man. We're gonna get to her.
Man, listen, we gonna get to her, but De'Erica been in her Birkin and it's been working. Okay, she has been.
Yeah. No fear in the telfair, for real. She's been going in and everything. You know what I'm saying? So doing the most in the coach. I need more bag puns, by the way. But let's move on to the next one real quick. Let's talk about Dejanay Carrington. Now, the reason why Dejanay Carrington is on the list for me, this is not more of a player to watch. This is more of a standard now of what I want to see from her going forward for the rest of her career. Not even this season, for the rest of her career. The way she has been defending, the way she has expanded her offense this season so far in this small sample of games, looking very most improved player-ish right now, the way she's doing it. Looking like maybe borderline all-star type of season right now. You know, the way she's like defending Caitlin, she's done the best job on Caitlin so far defensively. And then giving it to, like, you know, on offense, you know what I'm saying? It's really, really, really locked in so far this season. I'm really just happy for her. But this is the standard that I want to see from here on out. She's an elite level two-way player to me from what I've been seeing. And this is what I expect from her from here on out. I'm gonna hold her ass accountable. And whenever she's not playing at the level that we can see or the standard that we know that she can play at, I'm on her on this podcast. I'm just letting her know, because honestly, I didn't know that, you know, she had this in her game like this, especially offensively. I don't know what she was doing in the offseason, but whatever she did, she worked. It worked. So now this is what I expect now. You know what I'm saying? This is the expectations. She's not taking no mess. I mean, unless, you know what I mean, she's chilling with, you know, Nalissa on the court, you know what I mean, or whatever, getting picked up on some wild stuff. But other than that, man, like, Dejanay has been amazing so far. Amazing. Go ahead.
I agree. Dejanay has stepped it up a level. She's had a hell of a starting week, averaging 17 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, and 1 steal. And I know these are early numbers because we were only really a week in. But when comparing these early numbers to her career numbers, she has increased in every statistical category. She's doubled her minutes, was averaging 15 minutes last year per game. Now it's averaging about 33, 34 minutes per game. Mm-hmm. And like you said, you can just tell that she put the work in the offseason. She's locking down players. She's creating her own shot. And most importantly, she's finishing at the rim, because anyone that watched Connecticut last year or even the year before last knew that Dejanay has a quick first step. She can get to the rim, but a lot of times she would smoke the layups. So this year so far, she has been finishing strong around the rim. So I think that's a testament to her, number one, practicing in that, but also getting stronger and therefore being able to finish in contact or with contact. I think she is taking advantage of her opportunities now since Natisha Heidemann is gone. And my question is kind of like what you said. Can she sustain this level of play through the remainder of the season? Because in order for Connecticut to get over that hump, they're going to need her to play at this level where she's averaging 15 to 20 points a game. Yes, it'll help that Bree Jones is back because I didn't have her last year, but Connecticut has been unable for the last few years to get over that hump to take them to the finals. And if they want to get over that, Dejanay is going to be that X factor to help them, because we already know what Alyssa Thomas is going to do. We already know what DeWanna Bonner is going to do, you know, top 5 in all-time scoring now for the WNBA. So we already know she's going to get a bucket. So with Dejanay, she really has to be that third person for them. So that's what I got for her.
Yeah. I agree, man. Like, what she's done so far in this small sample, everything is small sample, you know, but you can tell how sometimes, like, you know, these small samples say a lot to players, and they just start rolling and everything. Like, we see no work. It just looks different. The confidence that she's playing with, it just looks like, you know, she's here, and, you know, she's trying to get that deal now. You know what I'm saying? So it's that time. Speaking of Nalissa Smith, let's move on to her real quick. And what I like about Nalissa, man, I just think that she's really tough, but I also think that she's another player, like, kind of like in limbo in regards to the rotation of, you know, the pecking order of the team, because she can go from anywhere from first to third. Honestly, I think that sometimes she needs to be, first or second sometimes, because she's just like the best like pure bucket on the team as well. So what's your thoughts for NaLyssa Smith? Should she actually be the second option on this team? And what does she have to do to help the Fever team be a success this season for the rest of the season?
First I want to say shout out to NaLyssa, because my good sis went and got her family back. Okay. So with the Indiana Fever, we already know what Aaliyah can do and how effective she can be when she's playing at her best. Right now, we can clearly see that she's in a slump. We don't know if it's mental, we don't know if it's physical, whether she's hurt or not, but I can guarantee she's not going to play this way the entire season. So we know what we're going to be getting from Aaliyah. Wild card still for Caitlin Clark, because we've only had a small sample size of games for her, but you can tell every game she's starting to get more comfortable with the flow of the game. And it seems like Christy Size is also starting to get comfortable in putting, her in positions to score, easier positions to score. So I say all that to say that we kind of know what we're getting from both of them. NaLyssa Smith is the one that's going to have to, really step up. To start the year, her numbers are a little bit down, which is expected, because you're trying to learn how to play with such a dynamic guard such as Caitlin Clark. So currently she's averaging 10.5 points per game, 6.8 rebounds per game, and 1 steal. And so on a nightly basis for Indiana to start like stringing together some wins, she has to be either the top scorer or at least top 2. So I agree with you there. Like, I'm not saying every night she has to be the top scorer, but she has to be within the top 2 scoring and rebounding. They need her size in the middle to rebound. So I agree with you. I think that this overall is going to be a rough year for the Fever, and everyone needs to understand that they weren't good last year. Hence the reason why they've had 2 number 1 picks back-to-back years, and then the number 2 pick in 2022. So they're very young, building foundational pieces so that they can be better in the future. So I'm not expecting them to get to the playoffs or anything like that, but just for them to start to put one foot in front of the other and build more foundation for the Fever, and NaLyssa Smith has to be at the forefront of that.
Yeah, I agree. I wish there was a way to pair NaLyssa and Dejanay together. You know what I'm saying? On the same team and stuff. So we need to get Dejanay. We need to get Dejanay to Indiana. We need to get Dejanay to Indiana. All right. Sorry, Sun fans.
All this fraternizing at the workplace, like, isn't that forbidden?
Well, the Connecticut Sun did it.
I know. In corporate America, that's forbidden.
Connecticut Sun, I think they had like 4 couples at one time on the same team like a couple of years ago. Like, that chemistry was looking good in practice.
Do wonder, like, what's the protocol for that? Because you're not supposed to do, like, in corporate America, you're not supposed to. I know people do it all the time, but of course you're not supposed to. So I wonder if they have like any rules about it in the CBA or something.
Listen, I know nothing. All I know is it's just entertaining for me to read the tweets and the tea leaves.
I know,
because
they're playing right into it, which is entertaining and hilarious in the same breath. So yeah,
definitely. All right, so let's move on. So our next players actually 2, Aaliyah Edwards and Shakira Austin. And for Shakira, like a lot of these players on this list that we're going to say, I'm going to ask probably the same question. Can she take the next step in her game as a leader? We know that she's coming off the injury and everything, but I do feel like she's one of those like hybrid bigs that can play like the 4 and the 5. She's very athletic. She could run the floor. She's even, you can see her being switchable on defense sometimes. I think that she's a really good talent, but little injuries been messing with her and everything. But I still think that she has the talent to take the next step. So like, and then even like for Aaliyah, having a solid rookie season, like can she, sustain it and also, become probably a starter to be that dynamic duo with her and Shakira, because they're both dynamic type of players. Like, we know Aaliyah is probably one of the best face-up players in college basketball, and that's carrying over to her pro career so far too. So just wanted to just get your opinion and everybody else in the chat's opinion on Aaliyah Edwards and Shakira Austin as a duo, and what y'all expect from them, this season.
I think Aaliyah Edwards has actually shocked me a little bit. Number one, I didn't know how much they would play her. And right now they're playing her around 20 minutes per game, which is, I guess probably more than I thought she would get. I think she's the one bright spot thus far for the Mystics, averaging 7.8 points per game, 4 boards, and shooting 52% from the field. Against Seattle Storm on Sunday, she nearly had a double-double with 9 points and 11 boards. So this year, I think it's just very important for them to utilize her and truly help her develop because, I mean, let's be real, the Mystics don't have championship aspirations. Like, they're trying to figure out what is going on with the organization. Elena's not playing this year. We don't know if she's going to just retire. We don't know what the case may be. Brittany Sykes got hurt. Shakira is coming back from injury. So, it's really no clear direction in which way this team is going. So to me, the main bright side right now is Aaliyah Edwards. And like you said, Shakira Austin now has the opportunity to step into that leadership role because essentially this is her team now. Last year, she was under the tutelage of Elena Deladon, but now she has to, step up. And so I think this will be a good year to try to get her to get comfortable with the leadership position because moving forward, they're going to need her to be that leader when they get the number one pick and get Paige.
She said,
I'm reading the comments. Hold on. Darius said, please let Paige go to New York. Please let Paige. That's not happening, my guy.
Yeah, that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Listen.
What? Get the number one pick again and then skipping over a few actions in between become like the aces. But that's actually a possibility, and that's what people don't understand. I don't know how Paige and Caitlin Clark would play together. But like that's kind of how the aces are so dominant. Like they were bad for a while and they got number one picks. And, then Chelsea Gray came over. And so, yeah, like that's what I'm telling Indiana fans, just stay patient because right now, yes, it sucks because you guys are losing. However, you're building the foundational pieces for the organization to actually prosper in the future. But
listen,
yeah,
the Indiana Fever went from 5 games. They lucky it wasn't that year. The Indiana Fever went from 5 games to 13 to, you know what I'm saying? Like, so,
so they've gotten better each year.
Yeah. These fans got to relax, man. Like the new fans and stuff. And I've been really modest, just been chilling. You know what I'm saying? Been understanding. Yeah, I just be like, yo, this is just a part of the process and stuff. But it's funny, like I'll post to Caitlin Clark, and they'll be like, yo, she's a loser. I'm like, damn. I'm like, no. And I don't understand when people be like, well, there are people. A lot of WBB fans will say, hey, she's 0-2 in the national championship. I'm like, yo. Technically, yes, you want to win a national championship, but to get there, that's kind of like tough. And the way Caitlin got to the national championship, both those years, she had to beat some very good teams to get there. I mean, she took down South Carolina and gave them some crazy work, a 40 ball, and then she did the same thing. She had UConn. Who else she had? She had UConn, LSU on the same side. Beat them. So like her road is different. Her like I don't.
I mean, I think she should get. I mean, I do agree. She should get credit for taking that Iowa team, both teams to, the championship games. However, people are moving the goalposts because one minute Caitlin played with all sorry players at Iowa. Oh, she was taking occupational therapists and people that are going to work at grocery stores to the championship game. Whereas now people are saying, oh, the Fever suck. They would lose to Iowa. Caitlin Clark's teammates at Iowa were way better than the Fever players. So which one is it? Because first I said the players suck, but now they're better than the Fever players. Like, you got to choose one. Like, pick a struggle.
And I want to say something about that too. I want to let everybody know that there's no way in hell that a college team could beat. Listen, that Caitlin Clark Iowa team would lose to a Caitlin Clark-less Indiana Fever team by 50. Simple as that. By 50.
Yeah.
There is no way a college team is going to be able to hang. I'm sorry. We're talking about everybody in the WNBA, 144 players or whatever it is, they are the best players in the world. You got all that concentrated talent on one team. Like, listen, I love Hannah Stokey, right? But like, come on, she has to go up against like a Leah Boston, Alyssa Smith. It's going to be crazy and stuff. And then you got the 31-year-old rookie who I thought was like 23. I didn't know that. Timmy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's too much talent, man. Y'all got to stop that. Y'all got to stop.
I like her though, but yeah, they got to stop. They got to stop.
They got to stop that. No. And you know what? I'm sorry I didn't put Timmy on the list. I just don't know how to pronounce her last name, and I'm not going to do it. So I was just like, I left her off. But Timmy, I did not know that she was 31 until yesterday. I said, hold on, when she was trying to get into the league since 2016, I was like, oh snap. She's nice.
A good lesson. A good lesson in I can't even talk. Goodness, resiliency. How about that?
Yeah, that and that she looks really great for 31. I'm not saying 31 is old or whatever. Look, I'm about to be 42. That's old,
right?
You know, no. What I'm saying is like the way she moves on the court. No, she moves like a real young player and everything. You know what I'm saying? Like how she plays.
How do you think she was gonna move? Like limping?
No. What I'm saying, like, you can tell like somebody that like Rebecca Gardner when she was playing. You can tell like she's 31. She got the vet moves and stuff. Like Timmy plays young. You know what I'm saying? Like she plays young. Like
her actual skill set is like
I was like, oh snap! So it was actually a pleasant surprise and stuff. But I really like her game. I really like her going forward. I just need her to stop smoking layups too, though. But I really do like her game. But all right, let's move on to the next player, which is from the Seattle Storm. We got Ezi Magbagor, and I got two questions. Well, not two questions, but whatever. What is Ezi exactly regarding like her basketball game? You know what I'm saying? Like we hear the word potential all the time, and we also see the flashes of that potential, but it's time to make this potential into reality. You know what I'm saying? So with Ezi, I like her game. I see what she's doing. I see the comparison sometimes, like they're compared to certain players and stuff. And it's funny because last year I even seen her being compared to her current teammate Nneka, and I was just like, I don't know about all that, but I know that she's a great defensive player. But I just don't know, like, what she is as a player and what about her? You know what I'm saying? That's why she's on the list. Like, talk to me about Ezi.
Sky's the limit for her. She is averaging 12.8 points per game, 2 assists, 8.5 rebounds, shooting the three ball pretty well this year, 37.5%. So I would say a good comparison is Nneka. Like that's the potential that she has because she has good footwork in the post. She can step back and hit the three, so she can stretch the floor like Nneka can. And if you remember correctly, like Nneka didn't really start consistently hitting a three until she was further along in her WNBA career. So I think Ezi her game is a little bit more polished in regards to stretching the floor because she's already hitting a three. But she can rebound the ball well. Like I said, right now she's averaging 8.5 rebounds. So I think under the mentorship of Nneka, I think the sky's really the limit. She can just flat out play. She just knows where the ball. She's always in the right place. Knows where the ball is going to be, and is an excellent defender as well. So, like I said, as she starts to learn more from Nneka and just battle her in practice every day, she's going to get better. It's no way she can't. And then when you're surrounded by 3 future Hall of Famers in Jewel Lloyd, Nneka, and Skylar Diggins, it's no way you can't get better. Like as long as you are a sponge and able to listen and learn, it's no way you can't get better. In fact, the other day she had a double-double against Washington, 15 points and 14 boards. And if she can play at a consistent level where she's averaging a double-double, that helps take pressure off of Sky, Jewel, and Nneka. It gives them another scoring option, and it gives them someone to crash the boards. As you've seen in the first couple of games, they haven't been great on the boards. So she's definitely a player to watch, but I added another player who is Skylar Diggins. And the reason why I added her is because we have seen what she can do at an all-star level before. But after not playing basketball professionally for 20 months, we have yet to see what Skylar Diggins we're going to get You know, she's a little bit rusty. She's frustrated with herself. I think she looks good. The shots just aren't falling right now. I think it's going to take time for her to get in playing shape, just get used to being back on the basketball court. The team is brand new because they constructed this team, so they have to play together, get used to each other, and it's hard to do that when Nika is having visa issues, which finally got cleared today. So today's her first game; she'll be able to play. Nneka being hurt, you know, Jordan Horston at one point in time being hurt, so they haven't really been able to get any cohesion yet. I think everyone is a little bit shocked how bad they are right now, but I think once they're able to build that chemistry, get everyone back healthy, towards the middle to the end of the year, I think this team is going to shock a lot of people.
Yeah, you say 20 months, I say 639 days exactly that she was in between games and stuff, you know. Nah, but
Let me on the comments really quickly.
Yeah, go ahead. Go to the comments. Go to the text winter comment section.
Yeah,
and stuff. They're going crazy.
Comments. Sloot is washed. Sorry, boo. Okay. Darius said you got Lolo wanting Sloot to retire, which is sad. Kenny said, Courtside Kenny said, Sloot is washed indeed. And Courtside Kenny, shout out to Courtside Kenny with that. Did you see it on Twitter with the Sloot shirt from the Ryan Rico? And it's like, Sloot, no. Yeah. Hilarious. Shout out to Big Baby. Darius said, if Sloot is washed, then how does one explain how DT is still playing? She's older.
DT's hooping. DT's hooping. Like, come on, DT's hooping. DT is excluded from the wash conversation. She's hooping. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Guess who's back in the building? My guy Ghost. Ghost is back. He said in the chat, Nika spelled the name wrong, actually.
Definitely spelled the name wrong. My gosh.
Can't even pronounce it high. Can't even say it live or air high. Sounds.
Right, because that's going to sound like you're saying something else.
Come on, Ghost. Come on, Ghost.
Ghost. Hold on now.
Nika is going to get. I can't even read it, man.
Cooked by Clark. Welcome to the WNBA moment. I bet the over on Clark. I mean, two bad teams playing. Two bad teams playing. So betting the over on Clark is probably not a bad idea. Big Baby said, "What team are sleepers that can win the WNBA championship?" I would say Connecticut, depending on, and this is just a wild take, Connecticut, or I'm not going to say Minnesota, but Connecticut. I'll say Connecticut right now. If Dejanay continues to play at a high level and they don't get any injuries, I think that they could be a sleeper for sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on real quick. Wait, hold on. Ghost got it. What he said. What do you think about Barkley's comments? I'm not paying attention to Charles Barkley's comments and stuff. You know, I just think that like people. He was just going and he basically said he agreed with LeBron and that he was basically saying the women are petty, that women, you know, should thank Caitlin Clark, blah 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 blah, for the charter flights and all those other stuff. Like, I wish that more dudes just understand, like, and just be more mindful that there's more players than just Caitlin Clark. As much as we love Caitlin Clark and everything, we support her, you know. Well, I know I do heavy, but you know, the league is bigger. You know what I'm saying? The league is bigger, and we can't do that, man. You know, it gets like annoying sometimes when people just be so one-track minded, and you know how it is in this country in regards to certain stuff, man. It's just weird. So like Barkley, he, you know, he's in his 60s. He is what he is and stuff like that. Like, you know, it is what it is. Man.
I mean, this is the same man who's repeatedly not respected women. So I hold his opinion with very little weight, because he says things about women all the time, like, or just ignorant things. He's just very ignorant. He's not educated. And when I say ignorant, I'm not trying to be mean, but he's not educated. He's just very lucky that he was good at basketball. He's one of those athletes that, thank God you were good at basketball, because you probably wouldn't have been good at anything else.
Yeah, probably been one of them country bumpkins in the whatever. He's from Leeds, whatever. I don't know.
Like, calling women big, like he not okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, his back big as a Buick, like that dude be saying on social media, yo.
Like, big back boy calling somebody else big. Look in the mirror, boy.
That dude is crazy, man. He's crazy.
All right, who's next?
You know? Next? But yeah, let's move on. We want to move on to our next player on this list is Lexi Brown. And my question for Lexi Brown is, can she get back to the most improved player form after last season that she was having until she got the setback with Crohn's disease? I thought that last year she finally was able to show what she can do. And I kind of want to see it again. You know what I'm saying? With Lexi. Like I really like her game. We know what she can do when she shoots that thing. I think she had 20 points the other day, shot 6 for 14 from 3. You know, like she's a knockdown shooter and everything. So I just want to see like if she can get back to that most improved player form. And I think that she has a great opportunity, you know, being on this Sparks team, that, you know, she can shoot and she can compete. And, you know, she's one of the elder stateswomen on this team and everything. So I think that she can definitely get back to that form and stuff. So I just want to know your thoughts on that as well. And everybody in the chat.
I think that I don't have high expectations for the Sparks. Sorry for all the Sparks fans. I just don't. I think that the team is constructed very interesting, but I am rooting for Lexi because Crohn's disease is a very debilitating disease. So the fact that she's even still playing basketball is honorable. And like you said, her finding out that she had Crohn's last year cut her season short, and she was playing phenomenal. Like she was playing great last year. So I guess she could be the player to watch. But like I said, De'Erica Hamby has been flat out hooping so far this year, averaging 22 points per game, 13.7 rebounds, and 2.7 assists. And she, like I keep saying about the other players too, but she has improved in every statistical category as well. And just for context, last year she was only averaging 9.3 points per game, and 5.8 rebounds per game. So she has doubled both of those. She has gotten back in shape because, as we all know, she had her son Legend last year. So you can just tell that she put in a lot of work on her body. She put a lot of work on her game in the offseason. And if she keeps playing consistently at this level, she is going to be on the short list of MVP candidates at the end of the year.
Yeah, like, because I kind of feel like it's funny because I think we said it in our preview show before, like a couple of weeks back, that she's going to have this most improved player season, but she played so many years that she can't actually be up for the most improved player award or something like that. So, like, you know, like she's technically most improved in the league. Like, would you have her over Dejanay? Technically, and we don't know the rules.
I would, only because the Sparks aren't good, but De'Erica is carrying them. Like she's literally carrying them. I wouldn't say Dejanay's carrying the Connecticut Sun. I would say Alyssa Thomas is still the head and shoulders of that team, no pun intended. And De'Erica right now, she's the head and shoulders of the Sparks.
Yeah. So, but I like what De'Erica was doing. Like she was going at Asia. She take it personal against Vegas and stuff, man.
Yeah. And I love to see it. I love to see it.
Let's go to the comments real quick. Smiling Bellies, which is Brittany. What's up, B? Yeah, Lexi Brown was definitely on the rise before she got diagnosed. That's a fact. Shout outs to Lexi from Felicia for playing with a disease with no cure. My wife has it and she struggles every day. Yeah, my sister has it too, so I understand the pain. Yeah, it's painful and stuff. Brittany back again said that Hamby was definitely in the gym in the off season, getting it popping. Yes, surely was. And Deshelle she just said that Nika Mule just walked into the arena wearing a shirt that has a picture of a visa and a stamp that says approved.
I'm cracking up. I like Nika, man. I like her.
I was just about to say that. Me and Lolivia over here is and finally, thank you, Lolivia Pope, you know, aka White House Lauren, for approving the visa. You're late, but I get it. I understand. when we was at the draft and we got to ask, you know, Nika some questions, like her answers was just like, she would just go so deep into her answers and everything. And I was just like, this is our first time really hearing her speak. And I was just like, she's just so like thoughtful, you know, and like I'm really rooting for her. I cannot wait to see her play. I really can't wait to see her play and stuff. So.
She definitely won me over. Well, she won me over the way that she was defending Caitlyn and when she was locking down my girl Juju. So that won me
Yeah.
over, just how competitive she was to go against the best offensive players in college basketball, right? But then just hearing how well she speaks, how intentional she was about making sure she's answering everyone's questions. Like she just seems like a really, really good kid that's humble and excited to play in the W.
I'll tell you this. When Juju gets to the W, that ain't gonna happen again.
What,
Because it's
lockdown?
just a different game. Yeah.
Oh,
That won't happen.
come on now.
When Juju is gonna go crazy. K-Dot said that Dearica won't be most improved by rule. She played 9 years. See? Yeah. That's crazy. But all right, let's move on to the next player, which is
we gotta speed up a little bit because
we gotta speed up a little bit. Start at 10, yeah. So we got enough time.
We still got this
clear.
stuff.
I know. Clear Copper is our next one. High key MVP leaderboard right now. But the question is like, is this sustainable? The way she's scoring, the way that she's defending at this high level, like this is the standard too that I'm having for Khalid Copper now, that she's doing this. I didn't know that she's the first person in WNBA history to have back-to-back 37-point games. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. That's her to do that. But she's definitely leading the MVP conversation after the first week. Like I said, back-to-back 30-point games. Also, she locked up Ryan Howard the other day to 4 second-half points. And then yesterday, she did it to Jackie Young, too, as well. She's playing like the best player in the league right now. But, Lauren, into the chat, is this sustainable? That's the question.
I say no. And I say no in regards to, because right now she's averaging 31.3 points per game.
Yeah.
I say no, which is crazy, right? On 53% shooting from the field, which is crazy. Her efficiency is ridiculous as well. The only reason I say no is because when BG gets back, that's going to be less touches for Kalia. So right now she pretty much has a green light because she hasn't been missing. But when BG gets back, when playoffs start, the bench is going to shorten. She's not going to get, when they need somebody to go get a bucket, they're going to rely on BG. The only reason I say no is because I think she'll get less shots when she comes back, whenever that is. But right now, I mean, she's playing out of this world. Like you can tell she truly put work in on her game this season. I mean, this off season, because we all know that Kai always had a quick first step. She could always get to the basket. Sometimes she had issues finishing around the basket. But now she is finishing through contact. Her shot looks a lot better than it has looked since she's been in the league. Like this looks like the best she has shot since she's been in the league. So I'll be interested to see, the numbers at the end of the year that she's able to put up. But I agree. As of today, she's definitely leading the MVP race.
I think that the scoring output will go down, but I think that she'll still be at this high level of a player. I think that's definitely sustainable. Now, will she average 30? I doubt it. I don't think we ever had anybody average to 30 points per game in the WNBA. Or maybe I don't even think we had anybody, 26, 27, probably is like the closest and everything. But I don't see the 31 per game, but I do see like the high level of her playing and stuff. And obviously we can see that she can take over for long stretches too as well. Like she's just really aggressive and was just going at them. And the way that she was
finishing through contact, finishing through contact, because Jackie Young was defending her on the other side, and Jackie Young isn't small. She's one of the strongest players in the W, and she was just finishing through contact. So Phoenix is shocking a lot of people. Cheryl said Phoenix has a sleeper WNBA champion. Okay, that's bold. That's bold, Cheryl. That's bold. But I'm not mad at it. Imagine they're decent, right? They played the defending champs twice and beat them once and kept it really, really close, scared them the first time. So it's like if they're playing this decent without Brittany, which I think gonna happen when you put a 6'9" center in there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They're gonna have to double Brittany, right? Which means somebody gonna be open. Either it's gonna be DT, Beck Allen, Natasha, or Kai. So somebody gonna be open.
And this leads us, since somebody said Phoenix is the WNBA champ sleeper. This leads us to Chelsea Gray to talk about on the list too as well. Like obviously we're waiting for her return from this leg injury. I think she's been battling it since last year. You know, I think that now she's further along in her career. Like, you know, the recovery is different now. Like, are we like it's not? I'm hopefully she's not going to lose a step upon her return, but there's a lot of concern and stuff. That's why she was on the play watch list for me. I don't know who you have for the Aces, but like what's your thoughts on Chelsea? Like, can she come back and be that, you know, go-to person that we're used to?
Yes, I think it won't happen off back because, like I've been saying multiple times on this podcast, no matter how you replicate cardio for playing the game, it's not the same as playing an actual 5-on-5 game. So I think we'll see her step slower initially when she first comes back, but when it's playoff time, Chelsea Gray is going to be Chelsea Gray. Like, she's just the point guard for a reason. I think that if it was like the playoffs today, she would be playing. I think they're trying to be extra cautious with her injury because she's also going to be playing in the Olympics, possibly. So they want to be, you know, they want to make sure they are managing her minutes and making sure she's fully healthy before she comes back. My player to watch is actually Jackie Young because until Chelsea Gray comes back, she's going to take on majority of the playmaking burden, I guess, for lack of better words. Right now, she's averaging 22 points, 7 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists. So she's very, very close to averaging a triple-double. And just for context, last year, from this year to last year, she has improved her point total from 9 total points. She's finishing through contact. She's making better decisions with the ball. And you can tell that the Aces truly, truly miss Chelsea. Hence one of the reasons why they lost yesterday, right? They look discombobulated sometimes offense. Asia didn't have the best shooting game and still ended up with 20 and close to 10, I think. So yes, I think that Jackie, a lot is going to fall on her shoulders, more responsibility this year.
Yeah. I like Jackie Young, man. I really do. Like when everything is rocking, when the Aces is full, like she's just an elite talent, elite shooter. I really like her game. I really do. All right,
we saw her go on the best. We saw her go on the best ever playoff run there was.
Yeah, definitely. Let's move on to the next. So we got 2 more players we're going to talk about from the Chicago Sky, and that's the rookies, Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. Obviously, we got Camila on the men. She's coming back June 1st, and Angel starting off her career playing great basketball. Like, what's the hopes for this duo this season once Camila is back to 100%? Like, can these 2 really be the leaders of a team that's actually trying to go to the playoffs, actually trying to do something this year? Chat, like, give us your opinion on Camila and Angel upon Camila's return. Go ahead, Lo.
I think it'll be interesting to see how Camila adjusts to playing. And I'm trying to see whose minutes are going to get decreased when she comes back. Is it Elizabeth Williams? Is it Angel Reese? Like, whose minutes are going to get decreased when she comes back? So I'm interested to see that. I think this is a great opportunity because no one is expecting, again, no disrespect, but no one's expecting them to go to the championship. So right now they are focused on building the foundation, which has been going great so far. I like the team. They're fun to watch. They have a coach that believes in them and vice versa. So they look like they'll run through a wall for Teaspoon. And I'm just excited to see Camila be able to play because I know it's killing her, you know, sitting out pretty much a whole month and just being on the sidelines watching. My player to watch actually for Chicago was Diamond DeShields. My question was, can she stay healthy? She's out, I think, the next game I just read. But right now she's averaging 15 points per game, 3.5 rebounds and 2 assists. Most impressive, 2.5 steals per game. All these stat lines are her highest numbers in her career so far. So my thing is, her story is incredible for anyone that doesn't know, research it, but people are shocked that she's even still walking. So the fact that she's able to play basketball and is averaging 15 points after sitting out pretty much all last year is great. And I just want to see if she can keep that up all year.
Yeah, I agree. Like Diamond, like I really love her game too as well. And that's another question. Like, can she stay healthy? And even when if she does stay healthy, can she get back to that form that we know that? Because, you know, she was an all-star once, you know? And so can she get back to that? That's the question too as well. All right, let's move on down to the next one. And we're talking about somebody else that's probably number 2 on the MVP list is Nafisha Collier from the Minnesota Lynx. And I got a question. Is this finally the MVP year that we've been waiting on? Because since I've been covering the WNBA, she was either injured or she was pregnant. So I never really got to see, her game really, because these last couple of years, like she's been ailing. Yeah, when she came back, yeah, she played well and stuff. But like I never really got to see like the whole thing where everybody when I first started covering, like that was the name right there. Like, yo, she's next. Like to replace like Maya Moore. That's what like I was being told. K-Dot spoke so much highly of her. And then I was doing my research.
She was next. Hold on, somebody said she was next to replace Maya Moore.
Yeah, that's what they said. Yeah, this was like on the clubhouse chat that we was doing. This is like when I literally first started. Like that was the talk. And I remember she got injured. I think she got injured and she couldn't play. And she wasn't herself at all that whole year.
In comparison.
Yeah. I didn't know why, but I just want to know what was really good with Nafisha and stuff like that. So I'm ready to see with a full off season of being able to train, get back in shape. Congratulations to the baby. Baby is beautiful. But I want to see like who this person really, really is and stuff. And so far we've seen it. We've seen her.
I think last year she showed us who she was. If her team had a better record, she would have been in the MVP conversation because she was, I think, 4th. So I guess she
come back baby and finish 4th. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I think that if her team, it really, because it's all politics when it comes to MVP. So if they don't finish in the top 3, she has no chance of being MVP. I don't care what number she puts up. Y'all know how it goes. If you're not on a winning team, they're not going to give you MVP. So do I think she'll win MVP this year? No, because I don't think that they'll be a top 3 team.
No, what I mean by MVP, I'm not even thinking that. I'm just saying like I want to get to that level that everybody say that she can get to with her game and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what I'm saying. When I'm saying MVP level, I'm not saying that like this person can win the award, but if I'm hearing that this person has that type of potential in their game, I want to know, can they get to that? That's what
I mean, to be honest with you, I think she showed that last year. I think that she showed that she can play at an MVP level. She can do it all. She can step back and hit the 3. She's a 3-level scorer. So I think that last year, even though she was hurt and came back she played majority of the season, and in that she played really well. So I think she's kind of already proved it. I guess the better question is, can she consistently prove that year in and year out?
Yeah.
Like, is she getting better?
Yeah, I can see that. Also, what's up with the Rivals League too? Unrivaled. We need to see what's going on with that. Let's move on real quick. We got 2 more players. Let's talk about Ryan Howard real quick. Just want to know, simple. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, can she take the next leap as well? Like we know what she can do. I honestly think that Ryan Howard needs a lot of help on this team. She like we know what she can do offensively and stuff, but I think that she needs like not even like a second scorer, because we've seen what Alicia Gray. I mean, not Alicia Gray. Gold medal. Yeah, gold medal leash. I don't like to call it by running. That's gold medal leash for me. But we already seen with that. But it still seems like she still needs like that. Atlanta Dreams needs something else. They're always missing something because they do have
a better coach.
There we go. All right, so players to watch is the coaches to watch list. What are we gonna do with Tanisha Wright? There you go, Lolo.
Think about it. I mean, honestly, think about it. They have. I mean, think about it. They have guards. They have Howard. They have Ryan, and they have Alicia. Now they have size with Cheyenne, and they brought Tina Charles in. They have Haley playing. Once Jordan Canada gets back, it's like the talent is there. They're not. Yeah. The talent isn't poor. Like, they have talented players. So if the talent is there, what's the next person we're looking at that is not coming together, and it's been years? We got to look at the head coach. We have to. We got to look at the schemes. We got to look at the rotations, because that's the issue. I'm not saying that she can't draw up an X and O, but the rotations is the issue. For me, my player to watch is Tina Charles. I think because she didn't play all last year, so she was kind of like a wild card. No one knew what she was going to produce when she came in. Right now she's averaging 13 points and 9 boards, almost a double-double. So if she can stay at averaging a double-double, it'll be very, very helpful for this team, because in the playoffs last year, one of the reasons why they lost is because they didn't have any size in the post. So I think she kind of helps with that. It helps them move Cheyenne Parker back to the 4 position, which she's more comfortable with playing. So we'll see. I mean, the talent is there, so it's not a talent issue at all.
All right, so it's a coaching issue, because I do think that Tanisha Wright is the Doc Rivers of the W. Coach Budenholzer of the W as well.
Doc Rivers. Tanisha Wright is the Doc Rivers of who'd you say? Tanisha Wright is the Doc Rivers of
of Derek Fisher's.
Tanisha Wright. Yeah. I had somebody.
Tanisha Wright is the Doc Rivers of Derek Fisher's. That's a crazy combination, yo.
Tanisha Wright is the Doc Rivers of what's the guy's name that used to coach? George Karl.
George Karls. That is yo, that comparison thing that everybody been doing is actually kind of cool though, man. That is kind of cool when you really think about it. Like Ryan Howard is the Cheryl Swoops of Andrew McCautry's. We really see that we need to actually explain that one day on another podcast and stuff, because we got to move on to the next subject and stuff of those things or whatever. That's actually pretty cool. The last one is, and it's funny too, because I got another Connecticut son in there. That's Brianna Jones. I think I missed the team.
I think you did too.
Yeah, I think I did too. But it was Brianna Jones. But let's move on to the next subject. We good.
I said I'm nervous for Tanisha if they don't finish top 4. I'm not, because I'm not. I'll just leave it at that.
Olivia just want to impeach everybody.
I know. I'm just saying, like, they have enough talent to be better than what they are, in my opinion.
Yeah. Now that I agree with, and when you lay the team out and stuff, yes, they have a lot of talent, but it's like you said. I said there's something missing, and you know what? You might be right. It might be coaching. You're right. You might. It might be coaching.
I mean, what else would be missing?
Yeah, I don't know who else is out there that can coach their team.
Doc Rivers.
That's no matter of fact. How is you said Tanisha Wright is the Phil Jackson of George Karls, yo? Oh man,
right,
let's stop. Let's move on. That is a funny comparison.
The next topic is Caitlin. Yes, Caitlin Clark scores the Wilson deal. Caitlin signed a multi-year deal with Wilson Sporting Goods for a signature basketball line. The company announced that yesterday. She's the first female athlete ever to have a signature collection line. Her series will be built similar to how they structured it around MJ's collection, which included signature basketballs. And they'll give her the freedom to test, advise, and provide feedback on a range of Wilson basketball products. It says Wilson will release collections that celebrate Clark throughout the rest of 2024 season, as well as work with her creatively to direct her first ever signature basketball line that will debut later this year. So, in Caitlin Clark news, just adding a bigger bag to the resume. So far for major endorsements, Caitlin has landed Wilson, Nike, State Farm, and Gatorade. And that's a heavy hitting core 4 right there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Caitlin is getting to the bag. She's getting to the bag. And
hey,
I think she should have stayed in college, right? The one thing I will say about this is I'm happy for Caitlin, but I think that Wilson really missed the mark with not having Asia Wilson on that. Like it was just too perfect. Wilson and Wilson, too perfect. Yeah. But I get it,
Yeah. Shout out to Caitlin, getting all the stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting all the the spoils of war, or whatever they would say, and everything. But yeah, the face of women's basketball, Asia Wilson, should have definitely got the Wilson deal. Maybe there's something that we don't know, because we know that Asia held the Nike deal back for like 2 years. So maybe she has a Wilson deal that she's going to tell us in 2029. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta roll out with her first. Wilson and Wilson. It just makes too much sense. Like that's like Reese needs to reach out to Angel Reese. It just makes too much sense.
Yeah, Reese's Pieces and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's just things that make sense. That's one of the things that makes sense. But shout out to Caitlin. Just continuing to get the bag. Go get your money, girl.
Her checking account is probably so lit. It's like every day. Here you go. This is your deposit today for signing this deal. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, cool. Another mill in the building. Let's get it. Let's move on and stuff. Just like, that's crazy, yo. Blessed to be, playing basketball at this level for everybody. Even and Angel too. Like Angel, people gotta understand and stop playing with Angels on Angel's top. I'm gonna tell y'all why. She's just as big as a star as Caitlin. You know what I'm saying? Like people's going to see her play too as well. I feel that y'all might disagree with me. I feel that Angel Reese is a bigger star than Asia Wilson right now too as well. Like what she's doing is crazy.
Yeah.
Like when you go into
her brand exceeds her basketball talent right now, but her brand is infinite. The fact that she was only the second WNBA player to get invited to the Met Gala, or the fact that she's on stage with Glorilla and Meg Thee Stallion and bringing her teammates with her. Like Angel is just that girl. I mean, and the thing that I like, the thing in this new era of Angel, because y'all know I've been criticizing her game or critiquing her game for the better, because I want to see the best out of her, because I think she has that potential. But what I love most about her is she's damn near acting like the president of the WNBA right now, calling out all the BS that's going on with Nika and her visa and the charter flights and all of that stuff, and going back home and owning a sports soccer team in Maryland. Like she has her hands in everything. She has infinite endorsements too, with Beats, Reebok, jeans, like the jeans that the Kardashian sister makes. So yes. And that's kind of what I tweeted earlier. And it was no disrespect to LeBron or anything that he said with that comment, but he, in my opinion, he was basically saying it as if Caitlin Clark is the only reason that these women have charter flights now. She's the only reason that people's watching, and that's just not true. Like, if you look at the numbers, the WNBA has increased in viewership in the last 5 to 6 years every single year. So, yes, is she bringing a new level of visibility? Absolutely. Is she bringing a bunch of new eyes? Absolutely. But we're not going to sit here and discredit all the other rookies that are box office as well. Angel is just flat out a superstar. If you listen to the Dallas game the other day, you literally, like, they were chanting her name. Like, it sounded like a home game for Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yes, teams are going to bigger venues because of Caitlin Clark, but teams are also going to bigger venues because of Chicago, because of Angel Reese in Chicago. Like, when she comes home to Brooklyn or DC, they're playing at, Verizon Center. I don't know if that's still the name of it, but they're playing at the stadium that the Wizards play at, the Verizon Center.
The Sky? Okay.
So the Chicago games are being sold out now too. So it's not just Caitlin Clark doing this. And like, yes, she is a big part of it, but Angel Reese is a big part as well. Like, if they didn't have that little back and forth, then I don't think either of them would be as big as they are right now.
That's a great point. That's definitely a great point and stuff. But it's crazy though. Like, I kind of wish, there's room for more players to get this type of adulation and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just bugged out that Asia is not like as big as Angel Reese is regarding like the stuff that she's doing like off the court and everything. Like Asia, because Asia is definitely like a part of the culture of basketball and stuff. Like it just bothers me and stuff. But and that's why like Asia. Like when everybody's talking about who can win this championship and stuff like that, I just don't see it, man. I just see like Asia seeing all of this and putting it in the back of her mind and like, all right, cool, that's cool. Let's do
I
this
mean,
now.
because when she wins 3, what they gonna say then? It's
Yeah,
nothing you can
like
say. 3 in a row is nothing you can say. But don't get it twisted. Asia, she might not be. It might not be as loud as everyone else's, but Asia's getting a few coins herself. She she got the
oh
ruffles,
yeah,
and she
yeah.
got a few sponsors. She getting a few coins herself.
See, this is the question about the coins though, because if you're a Nike athlete, so now we know there's 3 women basketball players with signature Nike shoes: Sabrina,
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin, and now Asia.
Mm-hmm.
Now the floor of that is Sabrina Ionescu's deal, which is $24 million. That's the
Mm-hmm.
floor. Now we know that Caitlin got 28. My thing is, what's Asia's number right now? That's what I need to know. Like, is it 30? Is it
Minimum
40?
is 30. Minimum is 30.
It got to be 30. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the thing. If I do dig in research and I find out that Asia Wilson is number 3 on this list between these signature shoe players, I'm gonna be upset. Renegotiate the contract or something, or we all going to Brevinton. We're all going to Nike and knocking down and telling Phil Knight, "Come on, son, you bugging. Give her the money. Stop playing." You know what I'm saying? Like, give her the money because she's just a
Yeah.
super duper star. I don't care what anybody else is getting regarding like the love on TV and all this other crazy stuff. Hoopers know what Asia Wilson is, yo. And that's a super duper star right there. Let's stop playing. Let's go to the comments real quick before we move on to the next section. Darius kept saying Cameron Brink in the comments the whole freaking hour. So I guess, of course, we know that Cameron Brink is a star
Hey,
too as well. He's killing it.
Cameron Brink, first place for Defensive Player of the Year right now.
Yeah. Like the way she dominates the game with only taking like 3 shots is crazy. Like I like her. I like her game a lot and stuff. And one thing about Cam is that she has no fear. She was the first player I've seen since I've been covering women's basketball to actually get the best of Aaliyah Boston. And so like she was giving Aaliyah the business
In college,
25 and in college. Yes, in college.
Yeah.
So like Cam, once it slows down for her too as well, she gets a little stronger. She's going to have a bright future. I do think that she has a bigger upside as far as post players. I think that she has like one of the biggest upsides in this league because of what she can do on the offensive end and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brevinton, it don't matter, son. Y'all know what I meant. We're going to Nike headquarters. Yo, K-Dot, you cannot be shouting out your partner like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I got a GED. I don't know where everything is at. All right, stop playing.
Big Baby said, I'm starting to pay attention to women's basketball more. There's a lot of great talent in the WNBA. Perfect. And that's the kind of fans that we want. People that are willing to come in and learn and just appreciate what the women do.
Hey, Big Baby, since you were in LA.
Yep.
Since Big Baby's in LA, you need to watch those Sparks, man. You know what I'm saying? Then get back with us. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Brevinton, Beaverton, my bad. Darius says she's actually taller. I don't know how tall you are, Darius. I'm 6'4". And we were standing next to Cameron when we seen her where she had these New Balances on. Nah, she's 6'6". She's 6'6". She was tall. I was like, okay. I was like, okay, she's mad tall.
I'm sure it's everybody, so it doesn't.
Yeah. I was surprised. Remember they was rushing her out, and I was just like, she walked past me. I said, "Oh snap, she's 6'6". That's crazy.
That's tall. Literally what he said. Yeah, he was like, she's taller than 6'4".
Yeah, she's Darius, you 6'3". Oh yeah, you're food in the low post, young fella. Yeah. You are food.
And I want to give Cameron, real quick, I want to give her flowers too, because in college I was a little bit hard on her in regards of her shying away from physicality. But so far in the short amount of games I've seen her play in the W, she's been blocking she's been blocking Asia. She's been just defending well. She had a game-winning block the other day. So to get their first win. So I'm just happy for her. She just gets it. She's the kind of kid that gets it. She was on Paul George's podcast the other day and was just giving, she said where you water it, it'll grow. Basically talking about the league and basically just giving flowers to the veterans that haven't been getting their flowers lately because everyone's so focused on the rookies. But let's not forget that they crawled so that the rookies can walk. So
Yes.
I appreciate her shouting them out always. And yeah, we can go ahead and move on.
Yeah, and before we go, Moni, yes, Sabrina got 24 million because I actually looked it up, and I was surprised too when I seen that she got 24. So when everybody's fussing about Caitlyn getting 28, I'm like, yo, nobody knew that Sabrina was sitting on 24 of them things. So
Yeah,
that's crazy.
they kept that under wraps.
They kept that in a tuck and everything.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Cam said that Darius said that Cam said that one of her idols is Lisa Leslie. And of course, she won the award that's named after her too as well. I see the Lisa Leslie comparison and stuff, like even from like the on court stuff, off court, the model build and everything. I can see why and stuff.
Can
like
be
that.
in her bag. Can be
Yeah, she
in
be in her
her
bag. Yeah, she be in her bag. Like she is going to be like she's like super model type. You know what I'm saying? Like
LA was the perfect place for her.
Yeah, LA is the perfect place for her, for real. For
Also,
real.
This has nothing to do with anything, but Lisa Leslie was at the Aces game on the sideline, and she looks absolutely stunning. Like she's getting better with age. Black don't crack. Shout out to Lisa.
I remember I met Lisa in LA a couple of years back, man. I had to go talk to her real quick, but I was like, damn, hold on, I'm married, y'all. I can't do that.
Yeah, she's married too. What?
Listen, it's Lisa Leslie at the end of the day, man. I was almost messed up. Man. I was just like, damn, let me get right. Let me get right. Went to church the next day.
Topic.
Nah, listen, women's basketball is a beautiful thing. Yeah, we could talk about real quick before we get out of here. LSU hired Simone Augustus to be Kim Mulkey's replacement and stuff. So, like, what's your thoughts on that right there? I was surprised. I didn't see that coming at all.
They're basically hiring her for that. I think it's great for women's basketball. I love when universities, organizations give players that played there and bought that school or organization notoriety. I love when they give back and give them an opportunity to coach or just an opportunity to be involved in the organization in some type of way. For all those that don't know, I don't know who doesn't know Simone Augustus, but she was the first pick in the 2006 draft. She won 4 championships with the Lynx and was named the 2011 Finals MVP. Future Hall of Famer, top 10 in WNBA all-time scoring. So I think it was just a great addition to this staff because Simone has excelled at every level, winning in high school, winning in the WNBA, winning in the Olympics. I think she has already reached the level that most of the players at LSU are trying to attain now, and that's just winning in the WNBA, get into the WNBA and on the Olympic stage. I think that it'll be major for Big Four because she's already a dog, but just imagine how much her skill set will get better after being mentored by Money Moan. Like, I think it's just a full circle moment, and I'm happy for her.
Yeah, definitely. See, it's great to see people go back to their colleges and stuff and bring along the next generation of players too, especially on the women's side, which they need that. We need more, women leaders in basketball to go back and push this new generation along and stuff because they need those type of heroes and everything. Like I really don't be liking when people be like when you see like girl players, hey, they're in high school. Like LeBron's my favorite player. Chris Paul's my favorite player. No. Y'all need to get more in tune with like players like Simone Augustus, which a lot of these young players won't even know who she is and what she's done in basketball. My first introduction was Sports Illustrated for Kids with Simone Augustus. She was like her face was on the cover, and they was calling her like the next like Michael Jordan or something like that. And that's how I started following her and everything. So like. It's just dope to see that. It's really dope to see that, and I hope that she does be the replacement for Kim Mulkey. But knowing Kim Mulkey, man, she probably named some other successor that's in Harvard that she met at a gas station at a Quick Trip. She moves very different, but congrats to Simone Augustus, man. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I said Quick Trip. That's where they all go. But yeah, let's move on to before we go. We got one more subject. And that's the ongoing issues with the WNBA charter flights. Lolo, Olivia, White House Low, take us away. Senator, Take us away.
The charter flight situation, like, please believe, guys, that I'm so sick of talking about it, but every single week it's always something. Like, it is so ghetto. This league is so ghetto. Like, it's just beyond me at this point. So, the first time in 28 years, the WNBA will have league-wide charter flights for all 12 teams. That was supposed to start yesterday. So, everyone from yesterday for the rest of the season should be flying charter. Now, Sophie Cunningham recently was asked a few questions about if they flew charter or if they didn't, and she said no. And but she also mentioned how some teams chartered flights are, or some teams planes are bigger than the other planes, right? And some people might not think that's a big deal, but it is a big deal. And I've been reading conflicting comments, and when she's talking about the size of the plane, it's an issue because, number one, the whole team can't travel together, and then if they can all travel together, then they don't have their bags with them. Like, what are we doing? Like what are we doing? And I see some comments saying, like, this is the first time, that they're getting these charter flights, so they should be grateful. And it's like, no, they should not be grateful. These are professional athletes. They should have been had charter flights. And now it's almost like, okay, well, we're just going to give you the scraps. Like, no, like, it's ridiculous that they can't fly with their luggage. Like, what? Like, what the hell do y'all have them on? I'm just trying to figure out. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. It just seems like, how is Kathy determining which team gets the bigger charter flights versus not? Like, it should be every team in the league has the same size charter flight, period. Make it even across the board. Like, just make it even across the board. I don't get why that's such a difficult task. And I'm also sick of the discourse around Caitlin Clark being the reason that chartered flights are happening. This is not the first time that charter flights have ever happened. I keep seeing people write that. This is the first time any WNBA team has had a charter flight. That's incorrect. Google is free. That's number one. They've been fighting. The players in the Player Association have been fighting since 2020. Look at the CBA. Again, it's on Google for free. They've been fighting ever since then to get, to put charter flights in place, to phase out the commercial flights and to transition to charter. And so last season, the season before that, for playoffs, some of the playoff games and some of the finals games, they chartered. So stop saying that like they never chartered before, because it's just not true. Now, do they want to protect Caitlin? Is that probably why they got chartered fully across like this season and next season? Absolutely. Like, absolutely. Do they want to protect them? Now all of a sudden they're concerned about the players' safety, so now they want to protect them. Yes, but just get the information right. And Kathy, do better. Like, do better. That's it. Just do better.
Congress, hey, listen, call your congressman, man, and tell them to get Kathy up out of there. She's not going to give these teams these flights. Yeah, like when they said that stuff about like they're traveling separate from their bags, I was like, that's kind of crazy, you know. Like,
listen, and I never agree with Sophie Cunningham, but that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
hold on. My friend said Kathy being a sellout trying to use regional flights because it's cheaper, and she actually works for the airport. My friend who's saying that. So, yeah, I'm sure she trying to be cheap. That ain't shocking.
Yeah, they gotta. You know what? The WNBA, what they should have done, honestly, is really got their ducks in a row regarding this charter flight, because it kind of seemed like the rollout was too quick. Like, what they should have done, honestly, is just did the work and be like, yo, listen, after the Olympic break, when you come back, these flights, everything is going to be in order. They should have just did that instead of just doing like this rush rollout and stuff, because, you know, it's just it looks sloppy, it looks very unprofessional and stuff, and it's just not cool, to be honest.
I'm cracking up. Deshelle says so they drop off the players, then go back and get the bags. And Dare said the W needs to refund the Liberty their $500,000 back. I agree. Give them their ball back.
Give them that money back. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I guess that's it. That's the end of the show and stuff. Thank you for listening.
Wait, before we go, who you got winning?
Yo, the Storm is struggling. The Fever is getting better every game. You know what? I'm going with the Fever today, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'm going with the Fever. Okay. Caitlin Clark gets I think Ghost said her season high. I might be a part of that right there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we agree with Ghost. Okay, yeah, NECA is playing. NECA and Nika are playing. I'm going with the Storm. I think I keep saying this, but one day I'm gonna be right. I think that Jewel Lloyd goes off tonight because who's defending her?
Nobody's guarding Jewel Lloyd. Hopefully, she has got to make shots.
Yes. Hold on.
She got to
Jasmine
make
said,
shots.
"Oh, so weird me even calling you Jasmine because that's not what I call you." But she says bags are probably traveling on a later flight. Smaller aircrafts have weight restrictions. That's how she's getting over. Exactly. Yeah, she's getting over.
That's
But yeah,
crazy.
so I'm going with the Storm. Yes, is that it?
There was something else that I wanted to mention, but it slipped my mind. Something else that happened in women's basketball today that slipped my mind. I can't believe it slipped my mind too. It was literally like the last thing because it happened, but I forgot what it was. But it's all good because we talked about. If I'm looking at the recap, the ongoing issue with WNBA chartered flights, this, that, and other. Yeah, it's not coming back to my mind. It's out. It's over and stuff. But
It's all good.
yeah, it's all good. Yeah. Thank y'all once again for listening to the 9450, keeping the 9450 codename WBB. This is our midweek show. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, on Twitter at the 9450. Let me pull it up real quick. On Twitter at the 9450, on Instagram at the 9450 _ on TikTok at the 9450, on YouTube at the 9450. We 9450 everything. All right. So please don't forget to follow us and subscribe. And also on Substack, the 9450.substack.com as well. That's our newsletter, articles, podcasts is on there too. And yeah, just keep on supporting the movement. And don't forget, all right, SeatGeek is the best way to buy tickets for concerts, sports, and more. Their app makes it so easy to find the best seats at the best prices. And because we at the 9450 teamed up with SeatGeek, you can get $20 off your first purchase. Just use our promo code, the 9450. All right. Elite ad read right there. That's dope and everything
Hold on.
like that.
Also, I want to shout out to okay,
Hold
go
on.
ahead.
I got you. I
You
got you.
got me already.
I'm
Okay.
in the zone. Also, Welsh Mode. Experience the unique journey of Welsh Mode coffee. Each cup offers a taste of adventure crafted by our diversity-led team committed to inclusivity and premium flavors. Join us for a delightful ride through life's moments, celebrating, exploring, and moving with the boldest brews around. Go Welsh Mode. www.welshmodecoffee.com.
And you can
Order
follow
now.
them on Facebook. Oh, I'm sorry. You can follow them on Facebook at Welsh Mode and on Instagram and LinkedIn at Welsh Mode Coffee. And look, that hooked on phonics worked, man.
Yeah, except for saying stats. Okay, listen.
Right. Look, the show said, "Are y'all back Sunday?" We're back Monday because it's no games on Monday, so we'll be back Monday 8:30.
Yeah, Monday 8:30. If there's no games on Monday, we will be there on Monday. If there's no games on Sunday, you know what I'm saying?
Or early games
Y'all
on
know.
Sunday will be
Yeah,
there. We have a calendar, so we'll announce it once I get that all together.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Monday 8:30, we will see you guys back here. Thanks for tapping in. As DA always likes to say, love is love. Peace.
Wait, I got one thing I want to say before I say peace real quick. Nah, listen, I'm sorry. Quick NBA talk, right? So, they let out the all NBA teams today. Can you believe that Ant Edwards, since they on the team, they made $41 million today. Luka's up for $350 million deal for 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And then also, the TV deal. The NBA, that's what I want to talk about. The NBA TV deal. The WNBA is a part of that TV deal. So hopefully they're getting some of this money too, because now with this new TV deal, the cap on the NBA side is going up. So hopefully the cap on the WNBA side is going up too as well. And listen, I'm not trying to say hey, let's get the players equal money and stuff like that. But it's going to be crazy in a couple of years. They said in 3 years, the cap is going to be $200 million, right? That's around Wembanyama's after his rookie deal is up, when he's ready to sign an extension. It will be 4 year. It will be a 5-year extension at $428 million. All right. If the NBA got the WNBA, they got the same TV deal with I think it's Amazon and ESPN. Let's give these women that money too as well. You know what I'm saying? The league has grown to something tremendous. I know that the game is about to start, and I'm gonna get us out of here. But the game has grown. And then I even think that the WNBA shouldn't have did this deal. They should have went separate because of the way the game is going, and they could have negotiated their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, if this cap space on the NBA side is going to go up to a point where a player is going to get close to $500 million deal, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be $1 billion NBA contracts now. This is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Luka's going to be the first one to pass $80 million. Then when Wemby is up, he's going to have year 5 is going to be $102 million contract. $102 million contract in year 5 for Victor Wembanyama. All right, we got to fix this, y'all. We got to fix this on the women's side too, man. So, like, come on, if y'all going to combine these deals and stuff, come on, let's pay these, let's get these women that bag, man. But that's all I got to say. I'm out. Love is love.